It feels kind of counterintuitive,
But I closed this window by,
Going to the little,
no, this one. Yeah, but not yet. No, all the way over to the X. Yeah, but
Okay.
not yet.
Nope.
I don't know what happened. Just close it anyway. At least the audio will be there. Okay, we're being live streamed, so it came out
Wonderful.
fine. Yeah. Thank you.
nicely done, thank
Yeah.
you, thank
because
you.
she's awesome.
Yeah. And
You
then,
should teach the class for all the neighborhood councils.
yeah. And just so you know, if you go into the yellow folder,
That's the agenda packet, which will be the agenda.
and put your agenda in it.
Thank you for doing that, okay?
Welcome to the yellow
She's
folder.
awesome.
Just double click it. Then go into documents. Double click. And public safety. Go down a little bit. And
Today's date, beautiful.
double click. And
Wow.
what I do is I close,
Can you close this?
yeah, just, no, don't close it,
Oh,
just
okay.
move it over, just hit the arrow and it goes across
There you
there.
go.
And now when you go into share, you'll just click on that, it'll turn blue
Is share coming off of the bottom? here?
off the Zoom. So you can minimize that, just hit the line at the top.
You confused me.
This line here,
Yes.
you just, right?
Yeah.
And you can close that one if you want, Dennis, just close it with the X. There you go, close that one. So now when you go to share, just click share. There's your
up
agenda.
there.
Yeah, you'll click on this, it'll turn blue, just click it. See how it turned blue? Now you know what you're gonna be sharing because it has the blue around it.
Right,
Okay, you guys
You're
are good.
awesome.
thank you,
You're so awesome.
Thank you.
Teresa.
So, you guys, all you have to do when you shut down, just, log out.
Log out, turn everything off.
Yeah, all you have to do is
Always.
really is hit the power cord.
Will do.
Oh,
Yeah.
just the power cord, that's fine.
Yeah, because then it'll shut
And we still,
everything down.
you still have the bicycle lock over there.
Let's
Yeah.
admit Sarah Long Henry.
Okay, guys.
All right.
See you later.
Okay.
Thank you, Teresa.
You're welcome. And my phone number is on there if you get in a
Good evening,
bind.
We
Sarah.
have your number.
Yeah, okay.
Hello, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. She's logging in, so she'll say hello
Yeah.
Hello.
when she's on. She's on now. Beautiful. Hello, Miss Sarah.
Hey there, guys. How are you doing?
Good.
Good, all of us here. Glad you joined us.
Yeah.
You sure got out that email quickly that you promised, telling everybody to make sure they get on the email list. That was good.
Oh, I forgot one thing.
Well, we are already at 7:36, and we have another break, so I'm going to commence the meeting. So I'm calling the meeting to order, and we're going to start by reviewing the agenda, which is up on the screen. It's a reduced agenda tonight. Let's get right to it. Direct public comments. Talk about the updated training, emergency planning, new and old business, and then we're all done. So, we do need to approve the agenda, is that correct?
Yes.
I move to approve the agenda. All in favor, just indicate the affirmative. Aye. Sarah, welcome aboard. Are there any public comments that anyone wants to make tonight at the beginning of this meeting?
I'll start. On Saturday, the Grayburn Block Club held its annual CERT training, like instruction for CERT folks to come. I know some came from as far away as like San Diego and up in like Sunland, Tahunga, which is about an hour away from us. And we had closer people as well, people who live in our footprint as well as local El Segundo types. So it was actually a little smaller than usual because I think we only had like 40 participants this time. They were.
Well, last year was huge at 50, so 40 is not bad.
It's not bad, but it was but I felt like it was more the people who are planners versus active participants. So it felt smaller, even if there were about the same amount of people. Yeah, so just like any real catastrophe, there were definitely hiccups, which is what you would expect. And yeah, more of these exercises are probably going to be needed for us to be better prepared for an emergency. That was about it.
Yeah, Grayburn does that annually, and I don't know that anyone else in our footprint does anything like that at all.
No one.
So that's the way to get them out more often. Sarah, any thoughts on that?
Nope.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is the emergency preparedness training that we're talking about. And it's getting somewhere right now. I think perhaps lately, thanks to Grace mostly. We do know that there's a program set up by the LA Fire Department that does these weekly sessions. It's the kind of program similar to the CERT program. There are 7 weekly sessions of 2.5 to 3 hours each. What we're coming down to now is we're going to offer those, and anybody that wants to take one of those can attend it. We're going to announce in advance at the meeting. For example, my target is to get at the next governor board meeting to get Chin, who is really ramrodding this, or Patrick, or both, that present these neighborhood team program training programs to announce what the next training is going to be and when it's going to be. We'll get the word out, and then each month, the way I see it right now, we'll offer another one of these programs. And those radios that we've accumulated, anyone that attends any 3 of those will get that radio. We just have to sign up for it. I like the idea that this is going to be paced out at the governing board meetings where we all get to see what's going on. We get to spread the word. And as we just mentioning with Paula, with Outreach Committee, with Dolores, that we're going to be trying to get the word out each time. So tonight, I'd like to see if we can agree on the approach to this, because I'd like to make a pitch to Chin and Patrick of the CERT program and the neighborhood team program to have someone at the next meeting. So let's just open that for discussion, if you would. Any thoughts? No, good. I'm teasing you.
I think you want to move the screen so that that doesn't show up.
I'm sorry, I covered with the screen.
Sarah, our group tends to just run right through because we are like, okay, where do we do next? Boom, boom, boom. And that's how we go. Kareem's coming in.
No worries. I don't really have anything to add tonight. I just had the time open, so I'm just here.
We're glad you made it.
Kareem's going to join us coming on here. I haven't seen her yet, but she's a regular attendee to these meetings. So. And she's been listening to some of these programs. So when she comes on, I'm going to update her on that.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Kareem.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I was just talking about the way we're going to approach the emergency preparedness training, and we've been in discussions with Chin and Patrick of the LA Fire Department's CERT and neighborhood team program teams for half a year now, and we're at the cusp. We're at the point of starting with next governing board meeting. Have one of them appear there, explain the program. We're going to do one program each month on an evening. We're going to announce what it's going to be and get a little outreach information out there. And as we talked earlier, when we talked about this program, anyone who attends 3 programs will get one of those hand crank radios as an inducement to come join the programs.
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm.
So this is, I think, at a pace that we can handle nicely, taking it one step at a time, and gives us a better chance for outreach that I hadn't thought about until recently, because we get to announce each particular program as it comes out. And as you can imagine, it'll start out with very basics, like what you should have on hand. But at the governing board meeting, we'll let you know what's coming up. And then each month we'll announce the forthcoming program. So you've listened to some of these discussions before, Karine. Do you think we're kind of headed in the right direction?
Yes, we are. No doubt.
Good. I love the fact that now they're willing to get someone to our meeting, our governing board meeting, to make the pitch for us. So that's going to make a difference.
Yes.
Then coming and doing that would be very helpful.
So I'm to focus this discussion. I, after this meeting, would like to feel comfortable in contacting Chin and Patrick and letting them know that we would taking them up, confirming that we're taking them up on their offer. We would like one of them to come to our next governing board meeting and be prepared to talk about which of the first programs that they're going to present, which I presume will be the first in the series, because it's like a book. It starts with the beginning chapter. So I think they'll just start with what you should have on hand. We will have to work with them about what times and days are good for them. Probably weekday evenings. We'll just see what they can do and what our board likes to do.
Mhm. Yes.
People in this group have a preferred weekday evening to do this. Wednesday.
Wednesday's not bad. That could work.
Wednesday for this month for me is bad.
Oh no,
Just for
it won't be this month, Corinne.
Okay. Then the future Wednesdays,
November.
I can do it. Yes, I'm open. I'm open.
Yeah, we're talking about announcing these for the following month in advance, yeah.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Yes, I could
We
do it.
hope to have Chin or Patrick or both there the first Thursday of October, saying when we're going to do it in October.
Okay.
Hopefully in October. Okay. We need to talk about the insurance aspect, because I've spoken with Chin, and he has an email responded that the LA Fire Department does have insurance for these things. But I think it's worth checking with Laura in advance of the meeting, because she raised the specter of the facility that we use as being quite demanding about insurance certificates.
Mhm.
But I know from my conversations with Chin that he felt that there wouldn't be a problem in using the fire department's insurance.
Oh, that's
The
great.
program is covered. So he does it throughout the city, so he must know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Laura seemed to have special knowledge about that facility, that there are more, maybe because they're new and they're being more cautious.
No, they happen to also be a city-owned property, so it should actually even be easier.
Yeah.
But they are very much the dot your I and cross your T.
Okay. Well, I'll prepare Chin for that, so he just snowballs them.
Yes. Because you're right, Laura will ask those tough questions.
Here for Laura. Okay. Look at my notes to make sure I've covered everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is that this program, we'll mention at the governing board meeting, we were thinking of using some of the CERT training programs. We're not. They're going to use what they call their NTP, which is, we call it CERT Light or various other things. What we're going to do is look at it as a stepping stone to a real CERT program if someone wants to do it. The idea is that we can get more people out in the community that are good at this, and then we can start creating groups within the community, within the various regions, even on the various blocks, so people know how to get together and work together. When I was a NERT, which is Neighborhood Emergency Response Team in San Francisco, the groups were very cohesive. Though San Francisco is a little more dense, intense than we are here, but they were ready to work together directly with their local battalion. So I hope, I would talk to Chin about that, because he can pitch that from day one.
Mm-hmm.
Any other thoughts to help ensure success at the outset?
No.
Okay, that's that. And the next thing we're going to talk about is, there's this survey. I promised Paula we'd talk about this survey. So let's just make it short and sweet. The Emergency Preparedness Department, Emergency Management Department of the city has sent out a survey to a lot of people. And it's based upon their emergency management plan from 2018. The city created a resiliency plan in 2019 that's very extensive. The most interesting thing about the resiliency plan of the city is that it dumps everything on the neighborhood councils to do the training. So the survey on that's coming from the emergency management department now asks, how have we been doing? They have a plan for everything. For purposes of this meeting, I'm just going to respond to that in general on behalf of what I observe here, in terms of, we think we're ready for all the sorts of things from drought to tsunami. We haven't been impacted too severely by most of these things. Here's what we're doing locally. So I'm just going to respond and encourage you by just simply going to the Emergency Management Department to respond to that survey.
Okay.
And I've got to tell you, that's it. We can bring up any new business right now we might have. Maybe
I don't have anything.
Karine, just an FYI, all of the hand crank radios have been labeled and they're all in our storage.
Yes.
So that's a nice positive, and I currently have the labels,
Oh, perfect.
the extra labels, I should say.
Hmm.
And so those extra labels, I guess we should put in storage, but I don't know. I feel like it's gonna get lost.
they're nice labels, though. I mean, we use them for everything.
Really
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, they're great. I'm just saying, once I put it into the storage, I feel like it's gonna get lost.
You know what I was thinking? Maybe those labels could be used with any additional trinkets that the outreach committee may be thinking of repurchasing.
You know, maybe
Um,
I'll hand over those extras to Delora so that
Yes.
it's out of our hands. Okay,
Yes.
good idea, Karine, good idea.
Okay, that's new business. I'm not aware of any old business rolling over that we haven't already
No, but
discussed.
actually maybe this new business can be sort of old business. You know, we talked about the fact that we have too much speeding going on in our footprint, especially in Jefferson Park. And there was, you know, another crash because of speeding here and deaths on Adams and Arlington. And then I think Teresa and her husband were talking about the death of one or two people in front of, what is that, Johnny Pastrami's?
Oh,
Right, that's,
yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like, okay, we have a lot of things happening and we need to slow down the speeding. It's really a nightmare. We need to come up with something. Maybe a survey.
Well, we have speed hubs. I'm the one that got 70 signatures on my block there. And last check with Danielle, it looks like they might start moving after a 2-month hiatus. So we might eventually get some speed humps. Now, Lizzie got some traffic mitigation down in Jefferson Park. It took them a long time to get anything down there.
But they're not speed bumps.
But they had the bollards, they had traffic circles. They went to heavy mitigation rather than just putting up signs.
Right, no. I think we need to maybe come up with a survey of 3 or 4 questions and possible responses so that people only have to check. They can also do another, like speed bump, the circles, giving people, what are those, speeding tickets. Honestly, I was all in favor of the speed bumps until I realized that those extra few seconds for each speed bump really puts a toll on the firefighters and any of the emergency response teams. So it's like a trade-off. It's not as bad as Lafayette Square where there's only one ingress, egress, which is actually a fire hazard, right? So we need to kind of look at this holistically and not just we have a problem, one thing. We got to look at the impact that it's on everybody.
Suggestion. I know that at one point in my neighborhood, there was somewhere in Pico near Harvard, like 2 blocks over, there was they had a toll of a lot of fatalities happening there with some of the students because it was this elementary school. So
Right.
even though it was maybe one more traffic light down, the residents managed to put a stoplight there in order to avoid to have people stop right there in the vicinity where there was a lot of fatalities. So I'm wondering if, I know that it's not too far from maybe Arlington, but maybe having a stop sign there or something like a red light or something that will have them to slow down.
You're speaking on Pico itself by that school?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just it's got a stoplight down at at Hobart, but that's just a block away, I think.
That's right. It was a block away from Harvard where there's another light, but they felt it was important to put some kind of a stoplight because there was
Well, the kids are not going to go walking another block across the street, so putting it at Hobart was probably a smart move.
I'm wondering if that could be an option of another street light. Because it takes it's a long block from Johnny's Rocket. That's like a big
Right,
block before a stop
yeah.
sign.
As far as the soft light or the flashing yellow for pedestrian walkway is probably really necessary at Johnny Pastrami's, but I'm just really worried about the people driving 60, 70, 80 miles on like 29th and like 30th right before Jefferson. Sarah, since you live around there, are you familiar with any of the fatalities or casualties there?
Yeah, one of them happened like right in front of a house of a friend of mine up north of Jefferson. We don't see it as much down here. So I think because I'm south of Jefferson. So I think it's more of a thing up there, but yeah, it's pretty sad. The slow streets, I haven't heard of anything happening since they set up the slow street stuff.
Even with the slow streets, I know they've still been speeding, so maybe we need more of those. And it could be that west of Arlington has slowed down, but maybe east of Jefferson, Arlington has not, on like a 29th Street kind of thing.
I thought that's getting over to where Lizzie got the work done before, though. Maybe I'm confused.
So, no, Lizzie is west of Arlington, east of Arlington. So yeah. But
No, she's east of Arlington.
She is east of Arlington.
She's by Western, yeah.
That's where, yeah, so they did quite a bit of work there. Internal to the community. I'm not quite sure. Let's just bring this up when we talk to our local representatives in the next governing board meeting. I'd rather do it face to face.
Sure.
And if we get Danielle or Eric there, that would be good.
I don't think they actually would have as much information as Lizzie
would.
Well,
we could ask them to do something.
Yeah, I want to respond. I don't need I'll get back to you business.
Okay. Would you promote a good idea?
I think I'll just make a call to Lizzie. Sarah, your friend who lives north of Jefferson?
Yeah.
Is this friend someone who was trying to do something or knows who right there is trying to do something?
I think she's been involved. I know she hasn't had time to get involved in the neighborhood council. She kind of runs one of the neighborhood clubs up there. I don't remember if they call it a block club or what. I don't know.
Okay.
But
so
yeah, she's been pretty active up there.
If you can send me her contact, if you can send Dennis and I her contact, one of us will follow up.
Sure.
Because she'll have more intel.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else, team?
None.
Following a short, but very successful meeting, the meeting is now adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
Thank you. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.